everybody, and welcome to another Throne of Eldraine draft. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a comment in the comment section down below if you do have any questions. If you want to catch the stream live, you can find it at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And we have started things off with a spicy one. There's a Yorvo and a Surferin. This pack is telling us to play mono green. I'm not sure if it's... Oh my gosh, there's also an out muscle. I think, honestly, all jokes aside, this entire pack is like screaming mono green, but there's like nothing that's worth taking over the Yorvo. Like, sure, out muscle might be a little bit more flexible, but if you can end up playing a deck with Yorvo in it, if you're going to be green anyway, you want to be heavy green for the out muscle. Even if you only cast Yorvo on like turn 5 or something, it's still going to be excellent. And so I think Yorvo is the pick here. And then after that, I'd probably take out muscle over Surferin, and then I'd probably take like Burning Yard Trainer, maybe a Broom just because it's super flexible. But yeah, we're taking the Yorvo. We're going to see how we can do here. I think, okay, I haven't played, I was about to say, is this, how many of the like triple colored lords have I played? But I have not played all that many of them. Okay, so we started things off with a Yorvo, but that does not mean we're going to just force mono green. We're still going to read the signals, see what seems open. We're not just going to like take Wildwood Tracker second, because that would be insane. The uncommons are not super great in this pack. Joust, really kind of lackluster. He's not even a knight. Flaxen Intruder, sure, it keeps me green, but it's like only really good if you have a adventure payoff. So if you have an Edgewall Innkeeper, if you have a Lucky Clover, Flaxen Intruder gets to be a decent card, because making 6 2/2 bears is like backbreaking a lot of the time. That's 12 power, 12 toughness, but unless you have like a Lucky Clover, I wouldn't play Flaxen Intruder. Inquisitive Puppet's just unplayable. Arden Veil Tactician is like the best card in the pack, even though it does pull me away from this Yorvo into a completely different direction. It like moves me towards a white deck, whereas this incentivizes a heavy green deck. There's also a Searing Barrage, but I think the Arden Veil Tactician is just better than the Searing Barrage. Honestly, I'm not even that like worried about moving away from the Yorvo, because the only card we would take is the Wildwood Tracker, and that has a decent chance of wheeling. So let's just take the Arden Veil Tactician and then see what seems open. Arden Veil Tactician over probably the Searing Barrage. So Arden Veil Tactician, Searing Barrage, and then probably Guide Mother, to be quite honest. I mean, this pack is just lackluster and kind of bad. Okay, so we've started off with those heavy mana requirements. Oh my gosh. This pack did not make things any easier on the mana requirement front. There's a hybrid card, double black card. Okay, where do we want to go from here? So the Bognati is not appealing to me because I don't really have a green card for a Bognati deck. Bognati wants to be in black-green, sure, but this is a triple green card. It's like kind of a green beatdown card, not really going into a green food deck. It's like going to be in a basically mono green deck. The Fireborn Knight could go with the Arden Veil Tactician, which we got past. So that could be a start of a pretty cool deck. There's also a Thunderous Snapper. So Yorvo plus Thunderous Snapper could be a pretty solid like 1-2 punch. 3-drop, 4-drop also helps you play like a mono green deck. So basically the Fireborn Knight goes with the Arden Veil Tactician, but the Thunderous Snapper goes with the Yorvo. And there's also a Marrowleaf Rider, which would go with the Yorvo type deck. I think we're going to take the Thunderous Snapper. I think of the commons are just not exciting. So they don't really factor in. It's basically between the Snapper, the Knight, and the Naughty, and I don't really think the Naughty is as powerful as these two. So I think we're going to take the Thunderous Snapper and see where we can go from there. Whew. Okay. So if we want to commit to a mono green deck, we could take an Occam Ranger, even though Occam Ranger is not great. It is still a mono green playable. There's also a Shepherd of the Flock, which kind of moves me in a different direction. There's also just taking a Henge Walker to stay a little bit more flexible. There's a couple red cards, but I don't really want either of those. Crashing Drawbridge, Garenbrig Squire are also options. Honestly, I wish Occam Ranger were better, because then it would be like a signal towards this green deck that I'm trying to draft, but it really doesn't work well. Another green creature enters the battlefield. These make white human tokens. Of course, it doesn't make green-white hybrid creatures. Why would it do that? That would be such a sick combo. Okay, so I think Shepherd of the Flock is the best card in this pack, and it is the same color as my Arden Veil Tactician, but I do still have a Yorvo and a Thunderous Snapper, so I kind of want to play a heavy green deck, which makes me want to take one of these 3 cards over the Occam Ranger. I think we're going to probably just take the Henge Walker over the Occam Ranger. Like, they both help you play a heavy green deck. One of these 2 cards might wheel. But honestly, Occam Ranger is just not a good card. It just doesn't really do much. I wouldn't really want to play it in this type of deck either. Yeah, so I think we're going to take the Henge-Walker. It does leave me a little bit more flexible, and then I can take a Sorcerer's Broom, or I can take a Ginger Brute, but probably just going to take the Broom here. Searing Barrage is an option, but it's not really going for my heavy green deck, so I think we're just going to take the Broom, stabilize our colors a little bit, and then see where this leads us. There's now a Marrowleaf Rider over a Ginger Brute. Our green beatdown deck is really coming together, I think. Maybe I was supposed to take the Ginger Brute over the Broom, but I think Ginger Brute gets a lot worse in multiples a lot of the time, or some of the time. Some amount of the time, but yeah, let's just Marrowleaf Rider. Hopefully we can wheel that Wildwood Tracker. Oh yes, this deck is going to work out nicely. We're going to take this Wildwood Rider Tracker, wheel that other one. There is a Rimrock Knight, so maybe we could have played a good green-red deck, but with Yorvo and Thunderous Snapper, I think things are going to work out. And now there's another Marrowleaf Rider. We'll take that over Jousting Dummy. What? Oh my gosh. Oh no, it was pack 2 that had the Wildwood Tracker that we wanted to wheel. Okay, I think we're going to probably take Henge-Walker over the Sorcerer's Broom. 3 mana 3/3 better than a 2 mana 2/1 that doesn't really have a ton of upside. And yes, it came back. Perfect. Our deck is going to be legendary. Oh yeah, Garenbrig Squire came back. Living the dream. Oh my goodness. So now it's actually kind of tricky because Ginger Brute works super well in this kind of aggro plan, but the Gingerbread Cabin is like a free roll and gives me a food for Marrowleaf. I think we're just gonna take the Ginger Brute though. I think we'd rather just have that effect. And now, oh my gosh, I thought we were gonna open a pack that didn't have a single green card. Luckily we got that Fierce Witch Stalker. We don't want too many expensive cards, but we have 1 4-drop only so far, and our deck is looking quite powerful. Not really liking the Garenbrig Squire or the Sorcerer's Broom right now, but we'll work things out. We're going to just slam Fierce Witch Stalker. It even helps with the food for Marrowleaf Rider. And now there's a Garenbrig Carver to take over a Curious Pair. I'm really liking this lane. I'm just hoping that it stays open long enough to give us the cards we need. And now we can take a Rosethorn Halberd and wheel Ginger Brute. I'm really liking where we're at. Yeah, I think Rosethorn Halberd's more important than the Ginger Brute. We already have a Ginger Brute. Sure, it'd be nice to get a second one, but I really want to get a Rosethorn Halberd for this deck. And now there's nothing for us, so we're just going to take a blue card because we're more likely to be blue as a secondary color, thanks to this Thunderous Snapper. So let's just take the Sir Eleonora over Charm Sleep, because it's a 5-drop to work with Thunderous Snapper. It's also just a very good card. So we could still like play a little bit of blue. 2 Inveltree Folk is great with all these cheap cards we have. Also, it's an expensive card with the Snapper. Definitely better than a Spider or a Wolf's Quarry. Huh. Yeah. Things are drying up a little bit. We're just going to take... Sure, we'll take a Turtle. We don't really want any of those cards. Fell the Pheasant could make the cut. Ferocity of the Wilds. I just don't think it's worth cutting, like, putting into a second color because we have 2 Henge-Walkers and a Yorvo. But we'll just take Fell the Pheasant. Sure, we can main deck that. Sorcerer's Broom, sure. Lochthwain, sure. Come on, Ginger Brute. Oh yeah, Ginger Brute came back. Things are looking up. Okay, so we have a lot of cards going into pack 3. Huh, so we hit a Witch's Oven, which doesn't really synergize with our deck. There's also just Occam Adversary, which is almost definitely the pick. And then hopefully wheel 2 Inveltree Folk. Seems like a plan. This draft portion has not been... I mean, I think the early picks were super interesting, but after that it's been kind of a walk in the park. Oh my gosh, all these great black cards. Really close between Witch Stalker and Marrowleaf Rider. I guess we have 1, 2, like a couple of more expensive cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many 2-drops do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 2-drops. We have a lot of 1-drops to kind of make up for it. I think we're just going to take the Witch Stalker. It's just such a beater. The Marrowleaf Rider might even wheel. And now there's an Occam. Now I'm regretting that decision, but I mean, it's hard to have too many Witch Stalkers. Another Rosethorn Halberd. We don't have a single removal spell, do we? We have Scalding Cauldron as an option, but we're just going to take the Rosethorn. We just need all the pressure for early plays. Oh, man, this is close. So we could take Crashing Drawbridge to just give haste to all of our big guys here. It works really well with Oakhame, Fierce Witchstalker. There's another Gingerbread, but I don't think we want more than 2. We already have 4 1-drops. They do have a little bit of diminishing returns. Jousting Dummy is an interesting option as well. But it's basically like a slightly better Sorcerer's Broom, so we can just slot that in instead. We could even play the Garenbrig Squire if need be. So I think we're just going to take the Crashing Drawbridge, because I think it's actually going to be quite good in our deck. So the Deathless Knight. That card can do good work. But we do have a ton of 4-drops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-drops. 6 4-drops if you include Tree Folk. So a Deathless Knight might not be great in our deck. We also have relatively few ways to gain. I guess we have 2 of these for life gain. So two life gains. 3 life gain, 4, 5. I think we'd rather just have another Wildwood Tracker or even a Hengewalker. So we have how many 3-drops? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think we need another Wildwood Tracker. I think I might just take a Hengewalker here. This is actually really close. Or a Garenbrig Carver. I actually kind of like the Garenbrig Carver plan. Kind of straddles the line. I'm just going to take Carver. It seems like a weird pick, but I don't think it actually ends up being one. Rosethorn Acolyte could actually be a playable card in my deck, because I have a decent amount of cards that I want to be able to cast that are kind of expensive. Once in Future is okay, but not really for my type of deck. Sure. And now there's another 2 Unveil. We'll just take the Insatiable Appetite. We might even play it. Merrily Frighter did wheel. That's perfect. Tall as a Beanstalk could be playable in our deck. Another Insatiable Appetite. We really don't want Flax and Intruder, so we'll just take the Insatiable Appetite. And the Fell the Pheasant. Okay. Now comes the deck building, which is actually kind of tricky on this deck because, sure, we're mono green. We have 4 3-drops. We're going to cut some of these 4s. Definitely going to cut that. We can actually probably afford to cut the 2 Unveil Tree Folk and the Thunderous Snapper. Thunderous Snapper just doesn't really do much in our deck. Just has no synergy. Maybe we did want Deathless Knight, but we do have a lot of ways to spend our mana. Oh yeah, Sergajo. We have a lot of beautiful 4-drop goodness. I mean, mono green goodness. We have 6 1-drops. We don't need the Squire. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we'd rather have a Insatiable Appetite than a Fell the Pheasant. 17 lands seems to make sense to me because we have so many 4-drops and we want to curve out a little bit. Rosethorn Acolyte probably not necessary now that we have cut some of the 4-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, we pack 1, picked 1 Yorvo. That is exactly what happened. I hadn't gotten to play with him yet. Seems like it could be fun. And then we kind of went into mono green, and then we kind of could have left it a little bit, but we kept things up. I don't think Thunderous Snapper is even good in this deck. I think 2 Unveil Tree Folk is too slow. Yeah, that's going to do it for the deck build. Let's see how the deck performs, and I'll see you in the next matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to take a brief moment to say thank you to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special thanks to all of the patrons that support at the credits level. Thank you Eric S., Stephen W., Brent, and Mr. Martinez. I really do appreciate your support and the support of all my patrons. If you want to learn more, you can find that information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. But without further ado, let's get to the matches. We have a fantastic hand on the play here. Never mind, we're not on the play. Our Wildwood Tracker followed by our Crashing Drawbridge, maybe. With so many pump spells, we're not going to be attacking with Wildwood into Garenbrig Squire. Ah, Wandermare. they block, if they double block, we own them. As is, we'll just play our broom. Brouhaha. La da dee. Okay. Please don't have a fairy guide mother. Please don't have a fairy guide mother. Please don't have a fairy guide mother. Okay. I'm not sure if that was correct. We could have just let him trade. But this guy does attack pretty well. Interesting. Okay, that's good. So we'll give haste. And attack with these two guys. Then hope for the best. Sure. Ardent Mathematician doesn't have haste. I mean, doesn't have flash. What we really need this game is a Ginger Brute. Yikes. I don't think we're going to win this one. Thank you so much, Agumon, for the follow. I appreciate it. We can make another Sorcerer's Broom. We can go Merrily Rider, sack it to make something block it, make an extra broom, give everything haste. Could be... I do need removal, but I don't have any removal in my deck, short guy, so I don't think it's going to work out that way. Oh, yes. No removal. That's the lifestyle. Well, that's unfortunate. If only the Rosethorn Acolyte had attacked. So if I don't block, I'm in really bad shape. I could double block the Wanderer Mare. I think that's my best chance of winning. Play a bit of a slower game with the Sorcerer's Broom. It's not great. I'm not going to lie about that part, but it gives me a better chance than my all-out attack strategy options. Oh, it's so painful. Oh, yeah. We only saw one Scalding Cauldron, which wasn't really the type of removal you want in this type of deck. Because it doesn't really deal with this type of card. Yeah, we lose. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Yikes. That was not the type of curve out we wanted. Oh, well. We'll see you in the next round. Welcome to round 2. We are on the draw. And this hand is, I think, a mulligan. Like, Witchstalker into Witchstalker seems like it's going to be too slow for my deck. Like, Gingerbread can chip in, I guess. But, like, if I draw a single land, this hand just tanks. I don't know. It's so tough. That is actually really close. On the play, I think this is probably a keep. Or a mulligan. This is much better. Be gone. Sorcerer's Broom. We have a pretty good curve out here, but it's not as good on the draw. Also, when we mulligan, we have a chance of hitting Yorvo, which is like our Oops, I Win card. Yay! Oh, that's not cool, bro. Okay. Okay, my adversary could be good if we draw a combat trick, so I'm gonna save it. If they present like good blocks for it, I'm just gonna save it. That was actually the best possible draw in my entire deck, I'd say. Okay, so we get a decent amount of value here. We kill everything off. And yeah, we could have attacked with Wildwood Tracker maybe. I considered it, but I just didn't think it was going to work as well. Oh my gosh. Maybe our deck is too like low to the ground. Like, we don't have a lot of great stuff to do in this type of spot. Like, sure, we have all our cheap guys out. That just might be because our opponent had pretty good defensive tools, or relatively good defensive tools. This drawbridge is probably not as good in our deck as I thought it was initially. Huh. What type of deck are they playing? This is evil. I think we need our 2 Unveiled Treefolk back. This is a sick play. That is right. We ended up with an extra Sorcerer's Broom. So basically I can sacrifice this to make something block it, even though that's not like... Ooh. I really need to get a way to make this blocked. I'm just gonna wait here. Okay, so if I attack with everything, this guy's blocking here. This guy's blocking here. This guy's gonna block here. So now OK might trade with their Garenberg Paladin. I think I might restructure the way this deck is built. Oh no. Oh, they're just letting me hit them. Okay. Well, that was a fail. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Those were not helpful draws, shall we say. Gonna go out on a limb and say drawing 3 straight lands there probably lost us the game. Yeah. Lol, they made... No, they didn't have enough. They could have made 3 bears. And that's game. We totally can't win. Okay. Okay, time for a deck restructuring. I'll see you folks in the next round. We are on the draw again, and we have a Yorvo, so we're going to keep this hand, even though it's not great. Outside of Yorvo. Oh my gosh. Thank goodness, our Occam adversary is finally going to be great. Our opponent thinks they know what they're doing, but really I know what I'm doing. I can block the Wildwood Tracker. I can block really anything with impunity. The mono green mirror. No blocks. Huh. Wow. That worked out. So now we have the Yorvo. So if they have +2/+2 or +3/+3, this block is better. I would have loved to draw a spell this game. At least our opponent is mana screwed. Sure. We have literally drawn... Actually, maybe we drew a Merrily Rider. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I forget whether or not I thanked SIP12 for the follow. Sounds like I did not, because I don't remember saying SIP12, but maybe I did. Okay. So we can make this guy able to attack, or we can just attack for 2. We have drawn so many cards. Yes! Thank heavens. I think we're going to win this. Let's just keep crashing in with the Okame. Got him! That's why you're gotta be patient. So I think we're going to go Gingerbrute, force Garenberg Carver to block our Merrily Rider. Then attack with everyone. Draw our extra card. This is actually super easy. Turns out when you draw like a million extra cards, you can win games. But our deck is still winning so slowly. Yeah, this game's over. We drew 10 lands this game. Sure. Sure. How do we have so much mana? Oh my gosh. This is insane. Playing mono green ramp over here. We have twice as many lands as our opponent. And we got the win. Oh man, this guy's in Mythic too. Losing to a Platinum player. Man. Oh, we're in Platinum Tier 3? Nice. I didn't even realize. Anyway, we got it on the board and I'll see you in the next round. Welcome to round 4. We are trying to battle back. And we are once again on the draw. Because champions are on the draw, that's just how it works. Oh my goodness. We get him out on turn 2 again. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, adversary completely dominates Curious Pair. Sure. Next turn we can sacrifice Gingerbread to make the Rose Thorn Acolyte block. No, we can play Fierce Witchstalker, make the Rose Thorn Acolyte block. Okay, this is much better. Okay, now we can sacrifice his extra food, make the Foul Mire Knight block. Now our Fierce Witchstalker is much better. We can have these 2 Garenbrig Carvers for later. Dang, playing turn 2 Oakham Adversary has really shaped up our deck. Ouch. That 'twas not cool, bro. Just gonna play both of our Merrileaf Riders. R.I.P. Oakham. I agree, Gargar Gorilla. Rest in pieces. Sure. Okay. 3, 7 cents. So if they block the Gingerbread, they're dead. If they block anything else, we wreck them, so. Yeah, that was probably not their best block option. Just gonna go out on a limb and probably step on some toes with that statement. Okay, Savvy Hunter, sure. When it blocks, they shall receive a food. Boom! We got the old W. Nice. We're back to an even record, and I'll see you in the next round. Only won the die roll, and we have a okay hand. We're going to keep it. We don't have any early pressure, but we have okay, and we have Fierce Witchstalker. And on the play, those cards are generally good enough. Oh, another expensive card. Oh, yeah. This is just how I expected this game to go. Just draw all my expensive cards and no lands. Oh, of course. They're playing mono green and their first creature is, of course, the non-green one. Thank goodness. We're going to start with a Fierce Witchstalker because we just want to get it in, like, our big creatures into play. Sure. Sure. We'll have a land here. Thank you. So we can play this. Insatiable Appetite on defense for +5/+5. Or we can do this. And then they're just dead next turn if we play our Insatiable Appetite. Oh, we got him. There's no way they chump here. Oh, this is my first time doing that and it feels so good. Oh my gosh. The sheer power. The power of the dark side. Oh my gosh, insatiable appetite. That's hilarious. It's like 2-mana lava axe. Gosh, we're back to our winning ways, folks. And let's see how long we can keep the winning streak going. Draw with a sketchy hand. Our opponent has mulliganed. I'm tempted to keep this, though. I think we're going to mulligan, though. We don't have a Yorvo. Oh, this hand is so much better. Oh, this hand is, like, infinitely better. Keep 6. Get rid of a... Honestly, I think we're going to get rid of Forest. We could get rid of Insatiable Appetite. I like that better. Oh, yes. I think it's technically more damage if we play the Wildwood Tracker into the Ginger Brute. Have we played Mono Green like 3 times in a row now? I think next turn we can go Ginger Brute, Rosethorn, unblockable. We're just playing the mono green matchup again. Okay, sure. So they clearly have a +2/+2 or a +3/+3. So we're just gonna do nothing here. Not gonna give them the chance to use their Garenberg Carver. Yeah. We're actually going to make this guy trade so he can't trade with our Ginger Brute. And this way, if they do have Garenberg Carver, it like doesn't really do as much because the cards are still going to trade. Ouch. That hurt me deeply. Not cool, bro. Okay. So we hit him for 6. Next turn we can equip this to make it even harder for them to deal with it. Sure. Okay. That worked out. They do not have +2/+2, I guess. Give me a land, I beg of you. Oh. That works out. Haha! Lava Axe is back! Oh, yes. That was a top deck and a half. I'll tell ya. I was like, oh man, I really wanted to land so I could equip. But yeah, 4 wins in a row. Who would have guessed it? Feels good. On the draw, we're going to keep this hand. 3 land, 3/3. Welcome to round 7, I think. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. The Mono Red Terror. 1 drop into 2 drop, and this is the one hand that doesn't have anything cheap to do. Gosh darn it. Why couldn't we have been on the play for this match? Just once, I'd love to be on the play for an important match. Are they pumping? Oh, nope. That means they have stuff. Of course. I think we are in a situation that could be described as not great. I know that I would certainly describe it that way. If we'd been on the play, this would have been fine. But alas, the subtle whims of fate dictated otherwise. I'm ready, opponent. Hit me with your best shot. Come at me. Bark for my pleasure, fox. Oh gosh. I'm not liking the pause here. Searing, slaying fire? Yeah, sure, of course. This is just one of those games I had no chance of winning, just the way the cards lined up. I'm getting pinged. So we're not technically dead. So we can go block. We're going to be at 2. We'll be up to 5. We'll have to draw another Fierce Witchstalker. Of course. Why wouldn't they have Burning Yard Trainer? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that game was a nightmare. Anyway, we somehow battled all the way back with this deck. Like, we ended up going 4-2, I think. 4-3. That was quite a spree considering where we started there. So if you did make it all the way to the end of this video, leave in the comment section down below winning spree, because we did kind of go on a little streak there. If you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, click that bell so you don't miss any future videos, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you would like to catch me streaming on Twitch, you can find that on twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. But that is going to do it for this draft video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.